Hello, my name is Valeria, and today I will be talking about the Cold War. So, what was the Cold War exactly? So, it was a political conflict between the United States and the Soviet Union that emerged after World War II, and it was characterized by the propaganda, the use of nuclear weapons, and the space exploration competition. So, the special dates we got in 1947 the creation of the Un American Activities Committee, and then on June 24th of 1947, it got that the Soviet Union backfired the proposal of the new currency that was established by the US and Britain by cutting off roads and canals that linked East Germany and West Germany, also known as the Berlin Wall. And then in 1949, we got that the Soviet Union's leader blockaded the attack into the US territory. This because the US had helped the Germans whenever the Berlin Wall was made by giving them medical aids and food. So, in order to keep its reputation clean, the leader decided to block this attack. And then in 1950, the Soviet Union backed up North Korea against South Korea army, which was the conflict that they were having. And then in 1957, the Soviet Union launched the Sputnik, which was the first man-made satellite. And then a year later, the US decided to launch their satellite called Explorer 1. And then in 1960, the Soviet Union shot down a US plane. And then in 1962, the US discovered that the Soviet Union was withdrawing missiles from Cuba and ordered an intervention. However, this intervention didn't end up well, since some people wanted to intervene in a diplomatic way, while others wanted to intervene in a military force way. And then in 1968, we got the Vietnam War, and then in July 20th of 1969, it got that the US sent the first man to the moon, which was Neil Armstrong. And then in 1989, we got the fall of the Wall of Berlin, and this was made by a Politburo member that announced the free gathering and entrance of East and West Germany. So the definition of the Cold War, according to the Cambridge Dictionary, is an extremely unfriendly relationship between countries, which is expressed not through fighting, but through political pressure and threats. Then we got a difference between capitalism and socialism. So capitalism consists of giving the citizens an economic freedom, which means that individuals are able to seek out for their financial aims without the involvement of the government. And some examples of this economic system are the common economy and the free market economy. And it was first proposed by Adam Smith. On the contrary, socialism consists of the extinction of class societies, which means that its main goal is to equally distribute the profits made by the country's labor amongst all citizens. And for this reason, the government is highly involved since they are in charge of the distribution of the goods. And it was first proposed by Thomas More. And then in the interview, we got my grandfather, Roberto Rosa Sanchez. He's 92 years. So, what countries were the world leaders during this period? He answered United States, North Korea, and the Soviet Union. Why did some countries were allies during the war became enemies afterwards? He said it was because they had different ideas as to how the world should be ruled and because of the space exploration competition. Where did the Cold War take place? He said United States, Germany, and the Soviet Union territory, as well as Asia. What did the general public have of the Cold War? He said that it was a mix of feelings because people were excited about the space accomplishment, but they were frightened about the impact of the nuclear weapons and the overall war. The one type of weapons did the two powers have at their disposal? He said nuclear weapons such as bombs, military weapons such as guns and explosives, and spy planes. So my personal opinion about the Cold War is that the world would have been completely different if this world never happened, because it contributed to almost every country's history, especially North Korea, since they help him to to separate them from South and North, which it can be debatable whether it's good or bad. I personally think it was for the better, but it also helped with the freedom of the East Germany, and it also raised the popularity of capitalist systems, which have made countries like Mexico, Brazil, Canada to grow economically speaking. However, this world also left a lot of dead bodies, and as well, it brought the socialism into North America. And nowadays, the countries that have that system are very poor and are having extremely bad economic situations, which is equally as bad as killing millions, in my opinion. And finally, I got my foreign contributions, the comments I made to my classmates, and my references. Thank you so much.